holidays, guys. I know it's not completely them quite yet, but we are coming very, very close to the holidays, so let's get into the top 10, 15 fun facts of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Let me know if you guys, that's one of your favorite animation movies. If you have a favorite animation movie, I'd love to hear about it during the holidays, or what your favorite Christmas movie is. So, one more thing. And let me know in the comments below if you love the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or if you prefer Frosty the Snowman, because the next 3 videos are gonna be cartoons. So yep, that will be awesome. Okay, so let's get going here. Number 1. The snowman was meant to resemble Burl Ives. The famous performer lent his voice to Sam the Snowman, the narrator of the special. If you thought the character resembled the actor, you'd be right. The animators deliberately modeled Sam to resemble the actor. Number 2, the animation was produced in Japan. While the voice actors recorded their parts in Toronto, the stop-motion animation took place in Japan. In total, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer took 18 months to produce, a staggering amount of time for a special in the 60s. Number 3, Rudolph and Hermie were neighbors. Billy May Richards, the voice of Rudolph, and Paul Soules, the voice of Hermie, ended up becoming neighbors later in life. During the early 2000s, they both lived at the Performing Arts Lodge in Toronto, a housing development for artists and actors. I didn't know. Is that still a thing? So that we could all become actors and live in that lodge? Or is it for people who've already been actors and retired? Number 4, the most of the voice actors were Canadian. It makes sense, especially because the special took place at the North Pole. Number 5, Santa and Rudolph went missing. Sadly, most of the puppets used in the program went missing shortly after the production, including Santa and Rudolph. However, the 2 were rediscovered in 2006 on Antique Roadshow. Apparently, a woman who had worked for the production company stored them in her attic since the 1970s, even letting her children play with them from time to time. So you're saying the iconic 2 were stolen? Jeez. Jeepers. So we'll get right into, because we are done with 5, so I have a fun quiz. In the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what is the name of the elf? What is the name of the elf? Also, I have a question for you guys. Do you say Rudolph, or have you always said Rudolph? Because last year is when I literally found out when it was Rudolph, not Rudolph. So, out of curiosity, what do you guys say? Comment below. I'm eager to hear your opinions. Number 6, Rudolph is smaller than you think. The puppet used for Rudolph is only 4 inches tall. Santa stands twice as tall at 8 inches. Bumble is the tallest puppet of them all, measuring a whopping 14 inches tall. Number 7, the character was created for a department store. In 1939, Montgomery Ward commissioned one of its catalog copywriters, John May, to dream up a character for the coloring books the department store handed out to children visiting Santa. The company gave out nearly 2.5 million books that year alone. Number 8. Santa's sleigh is pulled by 7 reindeer at the end of the special. According to the song, there are usually 9 reindeer: Dasher, Prancer, Dancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph, which we all knew. Number 9, there are 11 voice actors credited for all the voices in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Number 10, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has been recorded by Bing Crosby, the Jackson, the Wiggles, the California Raisins, Alvin and Chipmunks, and the Simpsons, to name a few. Now next is another quiz. What is the name of that deer that Rudolph befriends at the reindeer games? What is the name of the deer that Rudolph befriends at the reindeer games? All the characters, so this is number 11, all the characters in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer were built with joints so that any part of their body could be moved, including their eyes, mouths, and ears. Oh, I see. So it's easy. Cool. Number 13, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was originally shown as a part of the General Electric Fantasy Hour. At that time, Rudolph's character was also featured in the GE commercials. Number 13, producers Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass worked together for 35 years and were responsible for many hit specials including Mad Monster Party in 1967, The Little Drummer Boy in 1968, Frosty the Snowman in 1969, and The Year Without Santa Claus in 1974. Number 14, the opening sequence features newspaper headlines from New York Tribune, Chicago Sun-Times, Daily Mail, Daily News, and San Francisco Chronicle. And lastly, there are 42 creatures featured in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer: 1 abominable snow monster, 1 fish, 2 rabbits, 2 raccoons, 2 owls, 2 squirrels, 3 birds, 3 polar bears, 3 seals, 5 dogs, and 18 reindeer. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of facts to be sharing with you guys there. What do you guys think? What was one of the fun facts you loved about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Let me know in the comments below what you think the answers are. And now, hey guys, I am ready to share. I have a little bonus surprise. We're going to do 5 fun facts of Frosty the Snowman to start us off before I get into more of the fun facts. I was just thinking, let's do this. And another fun fact quiz at the end. Fact quiz, I think I said that right. 2 questions for Frosty the Snowman. So it's just 5 pieces of information, 5 fun facts about Frosty the Snowman. Let's get right into it. Number 1, the song was a response to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. To capitalize on the success of Gene Autry's classic 1949 Christmas tune, songwriters Jack Rowlands and Steve Nelson wrote Frosty the Snowman the following year. Autry also lent his vocals to the new song, although it never matched the success of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Number 2, Frosty and Rudolph are related, although the animation style is different. Frosty the Snowman was produced by the same company that made Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rankin Bass Productions also made classic like The Little Drummer Boy, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and The Year Without a Santa Claus. Number 3, Frosty is also related to Astro Boy. Just like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the animation for Frosty the Snowman was created in Japan by Mushi Productions. One of the animators, Osamu Dezaki, also worked on the production of Astro Boy and the Rainbow Bright. Number 4, the special was modeled after a greeting card. Directors Arthur Rankin Jr. and Jules Bass wanted the Christmas special to look like a greeting card. In order to achieve the look they wanted, they commissioned greeting card artist Paul Coker Jr. to do the background and character drawings. Number 5, Karen's voice was re-recorded. June Foray was the original voice of Karen during the special's first few airings in the early 1970s. However, an unknown actress replaced Foray's voice for subsequent broadcasts. Foray was also the voice of Cindy Lou Who on How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Really? Or maybe the cartoon voice. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought we already knew who that one was. Yeah, sorry. Oh my gosh. Today is one of those days I'm having. Okay, awesome. So now next is the two quizzes. So what made Frosty come to life? Again, what made Frosty come to life? And what type of nose does Frosty have? Again, what type of nose does Frosty have? Lastly, before I let you all go, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you guys more. Another thing I wanted to touch on is my Patreon. Go check out my Patreon. I have I have some spooky stuff, but I'm switching it again because I don't really like talking about spooky things. I like hearing about them. I like watching them, but I don't like not talking about them. I prefer positive because there's a lot of negative out in this world. So I think we should just keep to the positive or fun, keeping it fun, light, and funny. And it's gonna be about fun things like the news, 10 funny things going on in the world, not news, because news is always negative. So it'd be funny things like how that horse got loose in the airport and they had to do an emergency landing. That's funny. Or and also like fun Christmas gift ideas, and I actually have some on the way to go that I'm gonna try and I'm gonna check out. And yeah, so go check out the Patreon and we'll chat soon. Bye now.